Right now, fighting against hate crimes, what Madison police are doing to stop the rise in these incidents.
A new apartment complex could be coming to Madison's east side. The concerns being raised by neighbors over the plan.
Plus, celebrating Wisconsin's cultural impact. What items are on display at a new exhibit in Milwaukee? We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6.
We've seen a recent string of hate incidents, not only in Wisconsin, but happening across the country.
Our Jalen Banks joins us now with what Madison police are doing to limit them. Jalen?
Eric and Susan, in recent weeks, we have seen those incidents both in our state and around the country of racist and anti-Semitic incidents. And data from the Department of Justice shows these, along with hate crimes, are not slowing down. I spoke with the Madison Police Department on their efforts to try and limit these incidents. Recently, there has been a string of hate incidents across the country and in Wisconsin. A neo-Nazi march in Columbus, Ohio, racist flyers spread around Fitchburg, and some students on UW-Madison's campus and abroad received racist text messages from unknown numbers. At the start of 2024, the Madison Police Department started a hate crimes task force to try and better identify these incidents in Madison. And speaking with the department, they feel they have made progress in that area.
Making sure that these cases are being reviewed at a command level with a bunch of different people kind of listening to the facts, making sure that we're being consistent in what we're assigning to detectives, and also being consistent in what the DA's office will be able to charge, quite frankly.
According to the most recent hate crime report data from the Department of Justice, there has been an increase in hate crimes in Wisconsin from 2020 to 2022. With 72 in 2020, 116 in 2021, and 152 in 2022. And in 2022, about 85% of hate crimes were race, religion, or sexual orientation related.
I mean, I can tell you that we've been successful in that regard as far as getting information out through the Public Information Office and through our Community Outreach Resource Team, the core team. We've gotten a lot of information out that we haven't in the past.
The department says the most important factor of limiting these issues is continued partnership between community and police department.
My message is, we can't do our job without the community's involvement. We're not looking to police at the community. We want to work in tandem with the community.
Now, Captain Nail wants to remind people there are certain protections under the First Amendment when dealing with some of these hate incidents, but when in doubt, just report any of these hate-related incidents to your local department.
Jalen, thank you. Watertown police arrest a man they say stabbed another man over the weekend around 10 Friday night. Officers were called to Western Avenue for reports of a stabbing. There they found a 39-year-old man on the ground with multiple stab wounds. He was taken to the hospital and is in stable condition. An investigation led police to a home on Kleiman Street where officers found and arrested a 34-year-old man. He's facing several charges, including attempted first-degree intentional homicide.
Some sprinkles are possible as we move into these evening hours.
It's nice and mild today, but cooler temperatures are heading our way. Alex is out on the patio. Hi, Alex.
Hey there. And actually a bit on the quiet side out here. We had those roaring winds and all the wet weather over the course of the past 24 hours. Really not a breath of wind at all out here in the patio, although we're a little sheltered. And yeah, we could still see a sprinkle tonight overall, but staying mild for a little bit, and then big changes on the way as we go into Wednesday. A rain-snow mix develops as colder air moves in to southern Wisconsin. Some of those snow showers later Wednesday afternoon could briefly reduce visibility, but we're not expecting snow accumulation out of that particular wintry weather threat. However, Thursday morning may be a different story. Another bottom line here in red. We could be looking at the potential for alert day conditions Thursday morning, depending on the track of yet another weather system that's involved with our current weather system that could bring a bout of wet, heavy snow and gusty winds to parts of southern Wisconsin, but that track is a bit uncertain, and we're certainly keeping a close eye on it. Here's one weather model projection showing that we could get maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow east of Madison, and with temperatures just being cold enough, there might be a slick spot or two Thursday morning with those gusty winds to justify alert day conditions, which we're keeping an eye on. 49 outside right now. Normal high is about 40 degrees, so we're way above that. West winds at 12, but it's, again, pretty comfortable overall here on the patio. Planning the rest of our evening, maybe a sprinkle, with temperatures staying pretty mild for the evening. And then those changes on the way. We'll track the wintry weather Wednesday and Thursday using Future Track in a few minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you. The city of Madison has introduced a proposal for a new apartment complex on the east side, but some neighbors are raising their eyebrows with some of the logistics for the project.
And going on right now, there's a neighborhood meeting with the city, so neighbors can learn more about this proposal, and that's where we find our Meryl Hubbard to tell us some of the pros and cons that people are pointing out here. Meryl?
Yeah, Eric, Susan, I'm at Hawthorne Library where they just started a meeting, the city and developers, to talk to neighbors about this new affordable housing unit. Now, as Madison grows, there can be some growing pains with it. So I talked to a neighbor who lives right next to where this new building would be to see what she thinks.
So we got a postcard in the mail last week stating that there's a proposed 90-unit apartment complex to go up across the street from our house.
Tia has been living here for more than 4 years, and now she has a possible new neighbor knocking on her door, a 90-unit apartment building.
It took a lot for us to be able to buy our home 4 years ago, and now to see a huge development that's just going to take away all of the green space, all of the wildlife that we have here, all of the everything, it's just not right.
The building would take over most of the block between Ridgeway and Carpenter. Through the city, Volker Development, and the Wisconsin Affordable Housing Project, it is designed to be a multifamily building with 119 parking spots.
I do not believe that our streets will be able to handle the amount of vehicles, people, everything that's going to be going in with this unit on top of Melvin.
Tia has been surrounded by construction this year, with a 245-unit complex being built in place of Bimbo Bakery and another 100-plus unit on Melvin. She doesn't think her neighborhood can handle more congestion.
We don't even have curbs or sidewalks, so how is that going to go into effect?
After receiving the notice, Tia took her concerns to the Nextdoor app. Some responses say it looks like a good project to me, or it's inappropriate for the location, and others noticing all the new construction in the area. Even still, Tia has questions.
What is going to happen to our property tax values with these huge giant buildings that are going to go up? And what about the families that don't want to live in an apartment building, but they actually want a single family home?
Now, the meeting is still ongoing, and Tia is in there hopefully trying to get some of those questions answered. Now, of course, the city is doing these kinds of projects to create more affordable housing in Madison. So coming up tonight, we're going to give you some highlights from what the city says. But for now, reporting on Madison's east side, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
All right, Meryl, thank you. A new report shows a steep decline for the average Wisconsin family's savings balance. That's according to LendingTree. Household savings in the state have dropped by 32% since 2019. The average savings balance per household around $46,000. Nationally, that number a little more than $54,000. Even with the decline, the Badger State still ranks at 11th for the highest percentage of households with any savings portfolios at 76%.
Thanksgiving is shaping up to be a record breaker for business. A new retail survey by the National Retail Federation predicts more than 183 million people are planning to shop in-store or online from Thanksgiving Day through Cyber Monday. 57% of those cited good deals as their main reason for shopping. Holiday spending is expected to hit nearly $1 trillion this year.
A record number of people are expected to fly for the Thanksgiving holiday. Feels like we say that every year. TSA says the busiest travel days at the airport will be next Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the Sunday after, with about 3 million travelers flying on each of those days. And with so many people traveling with food for the holiday, the TSA's administrator offered some tips for passengers who are uncertain about what's allowed in their carry-on luggage.
The thing I would do as a passenger is just go on tsa.gov, and there's a section that says, what can I bring? And you can actually type in what you have, and it will tell you whether you can bring it through the checkpoint or whether you can put it in your checked baggage.
TSA also says passengers can text Ask TSA with any questions they might have.
This is a ways off, but it's actually fun to think about. The Wisconsin State Fair announces who will take the main stage next year. Darius Rucker will bring his unique sound to the Bank 5 main stage on August 8th, 2025. The Hootie and the Blowfish frontman has carved a path for himself as a solo artist, winning a Grammy for his cover of Wagon Wheel. Tickets for Rucker's show go on sale Friday at 10 a.m.
A new Milwaukee exhibit offers a diverse look at the state's cultural impact. The Milwaukee County Historical Society opened its latest exhibit, Homegrown Wisconsin Pop Culture. Items range from music, memorabilia like the Platinum Award for the band Garbage, to a bound script from the 70s sitcom Happy Days. Curators say the exhibit is about much more than just nostalgia.
We're trying to help have an informed and engaged community, and I think there's a lot of places where we can grow in that area rather than just showing off old things.
And while music and media dominate the space, visitors can also find pieces symbolizing Wisconsin's sporting and culinary culture, like Packers memorabilia and cheesehead displays.
Well, after the break at 6, UW researchers are investigating brain injuries.
Plus, curbing the spread of bird flu. The rise in cases being seen across the nation. And there's more local news ahead tonight on News 3 Now at 10. The Department of Public Instruction releases its report cards, what these numbers say about education in Wisconsin.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
After a serious truck crash, you need a team who knows how to handle trucking cases and gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. There's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
There are so many Medicare choices. How do I know which is right for me?
Let's get John McGivern's opinion. Hey, John.
Hey, Tammy.
Can you tell them what you told me last year about Network Health?
Well, sure. Did you tell them that Network Health has plans with a Part B premium give back? That's money back in your pocket. Dental and vision benefits, even plans with a $0 monthly premium.
I don't have to. You just did.
Oh, I guess I did.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
Dashing has been very helpful for me. Definitely brought me a significant amount of extra income and allowed me to comfortably pay my bills and live a lifestyle and get out and have some fun. Portable benefits would be great. It would allow me to afford health care, dental insurance, and vision insurance. That's great because, as you can see, I wear glasses. I will need to get more eye exams because I'm getting up there in age. I love the freedom and flexibility of Dashing, and portable benefits will give me an additional peace of mind.
Thursday at 6, more than a decade after Act 10 launched, how Wisconsin schools are dealing with the fallout today and what it could mean for students.
We want the best learning conditions for our students.
After Act 10, learning with less. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A new study led by the University of Wisconsin-Madison is investigating how pulsed microwaves might injure the brain.
Since 2016, more than 150 U.S. personnel serving in countries like Russia, Cuba, China, and Austria have reported a sudden onset of concussion-like symptoms. Now, scientists say the phenomenon could be caused by exposure to pulse radio frequency energy, like microwaves. UW engineers will investigate changes in the brain caused by pulsed microwave exposure. Their work will shed light on potential treatments and strategies to prevent those injuries.
Bird flu has now led to more than 4 dozen infections across the U.S. The latest data from the CDC confirming 52 cases of bird flu in people since April. So far in the U.S., those who have tested positive have had mild symptoms like eye redness and mild upper respiratory symptoms. To reduce the risk, the CDC recommends avoiding exposure to sick or dead animals. Avoid drinking raw milk, and for those who work with animals at risk of exposure, wear protective equipment. Well, when we come back at 6, Alex tells us about our chances for our first snow, maybe this week.
Here we go. And bringing fresh produce to Madison's South Side. We'll take a look inside the new store fighting food insecurity.
Hello, Wisconsin insurance brokers. Are you seeking outstanding dental coverage options? Momentum Insurance is your answer. A locally owned Madison company, we specialize in meeting Wisconsin residents' dental insurance needs. Our comprehensive coverages, competitive commissions, bonus programs, and online portals are what set us apart. Partner with us to elevate your group dental offerings. For details, visit our website at MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Insurance, your partner for outstanding dental coverage.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. A Medicare Advantage plan from Dean Health Plan gives you the benefits you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. Medical, hospital, and prescription drug coverage comes with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits. And extra benefits can help you save even more. Get preventive and comprehensive dental. $250 for eyewear and $750 for hearing aids. Plus, you can save on over-the-counter health and wellness items. All this and free fitness memberships at more than 25,000 locations. Call 1-888-296-4080 today to get your free Dean Health Plan Medicare Advantage Guide. That's 1-888-296-4080. Dean Health Plan. Right here with you.
I have no idea what I'm doing. My dad has Parkinson's and we need more support. That's why I connected with a Grace. Now I have a partner to help me understand what to expect. Choose more support and less stress with a Grace. Authentic care and connection.
Happy holidays from your trusted partner for over 30 years, Avondale Roofing. Steep slope experts since 1988.
When it comes to winning internet, TDS is in a league of our own. Just like the Green Bay Packers, Wisconsin born and bred, we live, work, play, hire, and get involved in the communities we serve. Like delivering the green and gold standard of internet. 100% fiber internet that's as fast, powerful, and reliable as your other hometown favorite, the Packers. TDS, internet that's built Wisconsin strong.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
Welcome back. Residents on the south side of Madison will soon have more options for fresh produce, meat, and other groceries.
An independent grocer secured a lease with the city after months of negotiations. Our Arman Rahman takes us on an exclusive look inside to check out what Mauer's Urban Market plans to bring to the neighborhood, which has been labeled a food desert.
This is set to be part of the kitchen at Mauer's Urban Market on the south side of Madison. It's one step closer to opening next year after securing a lease with the city this week.
We're going full steam ahead.
It's a pretty bare bones building right now, but owner Christy Mauer is already stocking her mental shelves with what the 24,000 square foot space is going to look like.
So every department is going to feel different. So when you come in the parking ramp, you're going to come in and you're going to follow this line. So that first door that we came through, that's going to be the liquor department.
Mauer and the city of Madison checked out at the register Monday, signing a 15-year lease. This came after months of new negotiations because Pick and Save decided they weren't sure if they're going to close their store across the street.
I had to do some reevaluation. We had to look at some numbers and really to see if the neighborhood can support two grocery stores literally across the street from each other.
The two stores might be across the street for a time, but they're the only two for miles, making the south side a food desert.
There's going to be little fish on the ceiling.
Mauer co-owns a family grocery store in the Dells. While she has a vision for the urban market here, she says she knows it's important the community sees the space as theirs and as a place they can get their basic shopping done.
Food is fun. You can be in a food desert. You can be in an urban setting. You can be the only grocery store in town. It doesn't mean you have to be run down. It doesn't mean your store has to be dark. You can have big windows, you can have tall ceilings, and we can still want to keep our prices as low as possible.
Mauer is planning to open her urban market sometime in the third quarter of 2025. Reporting on Madison's South Side, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Armand. Well, after a good soaking yesterday, things will stay nice and dry tonight.
But some flurries could soon fall across southern Wisconsin. Here's Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington with more on those snow chances.
Yeah, let's break down snow chance number 1. After all that wet weather, now we're going to transition to some more wintry weather, which we said last week could very well verify this week. Here's wintry weather mix number 1. That's Wednesday afternoon, so that'd be about 24 hours from now. Could be looking at some brief reduction in visibility from some of the snow shower activity, which I'm going to show you here with Future Track in just a moment, but not expecting snow accumulation with Wednesday's weather event. Here's that colder air filling in with westerly winds coming through Wednesday afternoon. Rain showers mixing with and changing to snow showers. It could briefly come down at a moderate pace, but with warm grounds and wet soils right now, pavement temperatures above freezing, not expecting widespread accumulation, if at all. Maybe less than an inch out towards the Mississippi River, where they've had a little bit more time to cool out off towards the west. That's number 1 chance. Here's number 2 chances. Alert day conditions, a possibility Thursday morning, depending on the track of a weather system that could bring a bout of gusty winds and wet snow, especially for areas Madison and points to the east. That track has been a bit uncertain, although today it has been moving a little bit further towards the west, which has our attention. Here's how that may verify with Future Track. Watch Madison, Dells, Janesville, and points off towards the east as we head towards that 9 o'clock hour on Thursday morning. Could be a little bit earlier, where we could stand just that right chance, the right combination of temperatures, winds, and of course not the right timing of the day, with it being near rush hour for the possibility of seeing impactful conditions. But notice how quickly it turns over to rain by the time we get back into Thursday afternoon. Overall amounts, not a whole lot west of Madison. There would be a very sharp cutoff with this areas out towards Lone Rock, Boscobel. May not get anything at all, but you may get an inch, maybe 2, maybe a couple isolated areas with a little bit more of that slushy accumulation Thursday morning, in combination with winds between 30 to 40 miles per hour that could make that morning commute a bit more on the impactful side. And of course, with it being the potential of that first snow of the year, we will be keeping an eye out for the possibility of us calling that a period of alert day conditions over perhaps later this evening, or by sure tomorrow morning, as we have a little bit more information. But planning our evening tonight, cloudy skies, winds are starting to lessen up, temperatures staying through the 40s. I'll be here at 10 o'clock, and you just have to bear in mind our normal highs for this time of year are right around 30 degrees, and we're going to do right around 40 for overnight low temperatures. Once we get past our impactful 2 days of wintry precipitation, drying out for the weekend, and then maybe a little bit more light rain snow mix as we go into Monday and Tuesday of next week. A weather system may slip to the south of southern Wisconsin on Thursday, and then watching out that following weekend for another weather system.
And coming up in sports, Wisconsin women's hockey learning from their first loss of the year. What the Badgers say they need to do to move forward. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Tens of millions of roofs across America are failing, wearing out decades early, and leaking, oftentimes without you knowing about it, causing tremendous damage. Here's how you know you have a problem with your roof. Black streaking, your roof looks rough, or granules shedding off into your gutters or showing up in your driveway. Your roof is wearing out too fast, and it's going to cost you a bundle. RoofMax makes your roof like new by strengthening and rejuvenating it. So give us a call, and we'll give you a free assessment to see if your roof qualifies.
Today, our retirement savings account is safe because we made the switch. We had Medicare Advantage, but we'd seen too many friends give up the things they love due to unexpected medical expenses. They thought their plan was good enough, but it didn't help when they needed it most. We found a better way with a Medicare supplement insurance plan from WPS. No worries, no hassles, no networks. Our time and our money are better spent here.
Germs, dust, bacteria, unseen to the naked eye. They build up in your ductwork and contaminate the air you breathe. Gross! Breathe easier this winter. For a limited time, save $75 off on duct cleaning services and save $50 on whole home enhancing ionizer to really enhance your home's air quality. You and your family will breathe easier all winter long. But don't wait. These offers end soon. Schedule your service with Cardinal today.
Come on, guys, smile. Hi, Mom.
Guess who's home? Okay, everyone smile.
Wisconsin volleyball doesn't want to get ahead of themselves, but this week pretty much serves up as a warm-up for postseason. It starts tomorrow night with Minnesota, a team that they lost earlier this season. And then on Sunday, they play Nebraska, who came into the Fieldhouse and swept Wisconsin. Now, the Badgers believe that they've grown since those losses and will try and prove it on the court.
These are two teams that could go a long way in the tournament, and you know, and teams that are capable of not only winning quite a few times, but could win 6 times. And so we know the opportunity that's in front of us, and you know, and the possibility that each of these guys we may play a couple more times this year.
For the first time this season, Badger women's hockey is coming off a loss. Wisconsin saw their 13-game win streak snapped by Ohio State over the weekend. The good news, Mark Johnson's squad isn't hitting the panic button. Instead, they're learning an important lesson. They have to play a full 60 minutes against every opponent they face. That's something they plan on showing this Friday against St. Thomas.
We need to play a full 60 minutes, and just because we have so much talent on this team doesn't mean that we're guaranteed to win every game. And I think that was an important lesson for us to learn early on in the season.
Those first 5 or 6 shifts, are we playing with pace? Are we moving the puck? Are we creating opportunities? And so we'll see 7 or 8 minutes into the game what I've seen and what you've seen.
And on the men's side, Quinn Finley was honored by the Big Ten this afternoon. The Badger forward received the league's 2nd Star of the Week after his performance in Wisconsin's sweep of Penn State. Finley scored 4 points and in the process added to his conference-leading goal tally. The Badgers return to the ice next weekend when they host Alaska Anchorage. And Pat Murphy named Manager of the Year, first Brewers manager in history.
Really?
That's great.
I didn't even know that. That is very well deserved.
Yeah.
Nobody expected him to get to the playoffs. Alex, final check.
Wintry weather starts tomorrow. Chance number 1, Wednesday afternoon. This time, could have a few snow showers across southern Wisconsin. Brief reductions in visibility, but little snow accumulation expected. But the ground still expected to be warm. Now, Thursday morning might be a very different story. First Warren Weather Team are keeping an eye on the potential for alert day conditions for that Thursday morning commute for gusty winds and wet snow, depending on that storm track. Following that weather system, a dry period ahead before a little more mix early next week.
All right, Alex, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a good evening, everybody. Hope to see you back here tonight at 10.